Well, I've been meaning to do a movie or a video on movies that people should watch. Remember we saw American Mary? That kind of horror movie?
Yes.
And it was a good movie, wasn't it? And you even liked it. And it was sort of graphic.
It had black humor in it.
Mm-hmm.
That was amusing.
It was a good revenge picture. Going with the theme of the revenge pictures. Because she's a lady, she's like a medical student, and then she gets screwed over by some fellows. And so she takes her revenge, you know, using her medical training. It's called American Mary. Super duper good movie, even though it is
very graphic.
Gory, graphic, a little over the top.
Yeah.
Sort of, I don't know, there's that whole genre called torture horror. Torture horror, which I guess it falls into that. Mm-hmm. You know, but, and I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff unless it works. You know, because so much of it is just, you know, you think if you show on film, you know, something really horrible, something horrible happening to somebody, and just graphic, grotesque, revolting, you know, some images that would almost sicken you. You know, you think if you can just create that illusion on film that that's entertainment, oh, well, that will be enough. But I mean, where's the entertainment value of that? But that being said, just because they have those images doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad movie. I used to think that, you know, if it had that kind of imagery in it, then that's what the movie was about. That if it was a good movie, that it wouldn't be that graphic. There wouldn't be the need for it. And a lot of times things are more horrifying if you suggest that into the viewer's mind. And then actually show that just shows that your focus is not on point, which should be telling a story or entertaining. But that being said, American Mary, which is got a lot of graphic stuff in it, very horrifying images, a lot like the Japanese horror I like, but it works because it's just a damn good movie. And another great revenge flick, my favorite revenge flick of all time, is Rolling Thunder, directed by Paul Schrader with William Devane. Got Tommy Lee Jones in it, James Best, who played the sheriff or some sort of law enforcement thing with Dukes of Hazzard. He was in a lot of westerns. In fact, I just saw him the other day in an old Jimmy Stewart western called Shenandoah. Love Jimmy Stewart westerns. Shenandoah sucked. But James Best is in Rolling Thunder, plays a bad guy as opposed to the bumbling comedic relief sheriff in Dukes of Hazzard. Super duper awesome movie, directed by the guy that wrote Taxi Driver, one of his best movies. Awesome 70s cinema. My favorite revenge flick, boom, Rolling Thunder. But, and this is just all scrambled, I'm jumping all over the place. Saw this movie called Blue Ruin, don't know who's in it, don't know who directed it. It might be right up there with Rolling Thunder. It's a new movie. I think it was made in 2013. Blue Ruin. You know the movie I'm talking about? You're shaking your head. She doesn't know, but we just saw this a few months ago and she loved it. It's the movie about the guy who's kind of a homeless fella because he's been a little bit messed up because his father was murdered.
I do remember, but don't say too much because
I
you're
won't.
already
You're
gonna take it out of the timeline of the story.
Yes, but I mean, you know that right off the bat. He's homeless, he's living in this wreck of a car, and right off the bat, he is reminded of something that has to do with his father's.
But you've already said.
Well, I mean, you learn that. I mean, you learn that, boom, in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Do
so
you?
I haven't given anything away.
Okay.
But Blue Ruin.
I forgot about that.
I don't know who's in it. I'll put the information on here, the director and blah, blah, blah. Blue Ruin. Of all the movies I've seen that I meant to remember and say, watch this movie, and didn't, this is the one I've been meaning to say, watch this movie. Blue Ruin. If you like darker, unhappy movies, it's a good movie. It does have a little bit of blood in it, but definitely nothing like American Mary. Certainly not, wouldn't compare it to any kind of a horror movie, but it's certainly a horrifying situation.
And violence.
Maybe the ultimate revenge flick. Definitely up there with Rolling Thunder. If you haven't seen Rolling Thunder, boom, see that. See Blue Ruin. If you like really graphic horror, see American Mary.
But there is an important thing we have to discuss.
What?
You have to have another name with this persona with no facial hair. You look very different. It's very distracting. You just look very different.
I'm thinking of calling this look the Clooney.
Oh my heavens. We'll conference about it.